Hello everybody, this is Pitchfork here and welcome to Underworld Updates number 43, in which today I am going to be showing off a absolutely gargantuan portion of Doctor Who books in this video, and also unboxing a couple of the rarer Doctor Who books. Exciting. So yeah, and yes guys, I'm finally back from my hiatus, and like I said, I've been showing off lots of bloody Doctor Who books, unboxing lots, and yeah. One thing I'd like to quickly mention before we get into the kind of meat of this video, which is all the Doctor Who books, I have big plans for this channel, and in the future I shall be expanding outwards from Doctor Who books in the Skulls General Reviews and reviewing more of the glorious 1960s era TV stories. To be precise, I'm probably going to be reviewing 48 out of the 50 stories in the Skulls General Reviews. So pretty much all of them, apart from, big surprise, this one. The reason why I'm not going to be doing another review or Skulls General Reviews review on this story here, the Daleks Master Plan, or Mission Seen Unknown in the Daleks Master Plan, is because I feel like I have reviewed it so much to the point where if anybody sees a new Daleks Master Plan review from me being uploaded to YouTube, they're just not going to watch it because they've seen enough Daleks Master Plan reviews from me. I was considering doing a in-depth spoiler review of this story, like a special episode or something like that, but I doubt that will happen. But yeah, expect a lot more 1960s era reviews coming soon, and I may also expand outwards in the future to reviewing 1960s era Big Finish audios, which is very surprising, if you know me well. But I am interested in getting into them. So yeah, and now on to showing off and unboxing all of these delicious Doctor Who books. Now it is time to begin the showcasing of all of these delicious Doctor Who books here. In total I have, let's see here, 10 Doctor Who books to showcase and 4 Doctor Who books to unbox. So starting off with the reprints that I got, these are 2 Monster Collection reprints that I got during the BBC Shop's closing down sale. I was also going to get, what's it called, not Age of Steel, Illegal Alien, the Illegal Alien reprint, but unfortunately they didn't have that in stock at the time. So the first Monster Collection reprint and the first Doctor Who book I will be showcasing in this video is Corpse Marker by Chris Boucher. So yeah, so on the front cover we have one of the robots from the Robots of Death, one of the Caldor servant robots. BBC Doctor Who Corpse Marker Chris Boucher. Very simple but very nice cover. Then on the then we have the spine, Doctor Who, a robot again, Corpse Marker Chris Boucher BBC Books. Then on the back we have all of the monsters that the books in the Monster Collection reprints are centered around, with the Caldor robot highlighted in purple. Corpse Marker, the blurb, Doctor Who The Monster Collection prices, and a barcode and a little logo down there. Corpse Marker. The Doctor and Leela arrive on the planet Caldor, where they find a society dependent on their Benign and obedient robots, but they have faced these robots before, on a huge sand miner in the Caldor desert, and knowing that they are not always harmless servants, the only other people who know the truth are the 3 survivors from that sand miner, and now they are being picked off one by one. The twisted genius behind that massacre is dead, but someone is developing a new, basically a breed of robots. This time, unless the Doctor and Leela can stop them, they really will destroy the world. Quite a corny and cheesy ending to the blurb. Unless the Doctor and Leela can stop them, they really will destroy the world. That's kind of corny in my opinion. But anyway, this is an adventure featuring the 4th Doctor, as played by Tom Baker, and his companion Leela. Then for the image we have Doctor Who Corpse Marker. Other books in the Monster Collection reprints. The Monster Collection edition Doctor Who Corpse Marker, Chris Boucher, BBC Books. Then there we've got various copyright guff and an introduction by Chris Boucher. Who this book is dedicated to. And then you've got page 1 and kind of chapter 1, which is just called Briefing. And these don't really, or they do actually have chapters. They've got a few chapters, they do have numbered chapters, but there's 2 in the beginning called Briefing and Marker. As you can see there. Then aside from a debriefing at the end, which I guess is an epilogue, there's 13 chapters in total, 2 prologues and an epilogue across the span of 270 pages. Also available in the Monster Collection of Prison of the Daleks, Touched by an Angel, Illegal Alien, Shakedown, which I would highly recommend, The Scales of Injustice, Sting of the Zygons, and The Sands of Time. And also at the back there we have a kind of a random advertisement for Harvest of Time. So am I looking forward to Corpse Marker? Yes, I am looking forward to Corpse Marker, simply because the actual television story itself, The Robots of Death, is an utterly incredible Doctor Who story from the 4th Doctor run by Chris Boucher, and it's going to be very interesting to see what a book sequel to that story will be like. Next Monster Collection reprint I got is the Sting of the Zygons, or Sting of the Zygons. So here we have the very kind of simple cover layout again. We have a Zygon, which I believe is the 50th anniversary design. Yeah, it is. Doctor Who, Sting of the Zygons, Stephen Cole. Then on the spine we have Doctor Who, a Zygon there, Sting of the Zygons, Stephen Cole, BBC Books. Then for the back we've got that kind of monster indicator again with the Zygon highlighted in green. Sting of the Zygons, the blurb, Doctor Who, the Monster Collection, prices, the little tree logo down there again, and the barcode. Now for the blurb. The TARDIS lands the Doctor and Martha in the Lake District in 1909, where a small village has been terrorised by a giant scaly monster. The search is on for the elusive beast of Westmoreland, and explorers, naturalists and hunters from across the country are descending on the fells. King Edward VII himself is on his way to join the search, with a knighthood for whoever finds the beast. But there is a more sinister presence at work in the lakes than a mere monster on the rampage, and the Doctor is soon embroiled in the plans of an old and terrifying enemy. And as the hunters become the hunted, a desperate battle of wits begin, with the future of the entire world at stake. An adventure featuring the 10th Doctor, as played by David Tennant, and his companion Martha. Doctor Who, Sting of the Zygons. Then for the image we have Doctor Who, Sting of the Zygons. Other books in the Monster Collection. Then the Monster Collection edition, Doctor Who, Sting of the Zygons, Stephen Cole, BBC Books. And there we've got various copyright guff. An introduction by Stephen Cole, who this book is dedicated to. And this book is 22 chapters long, for prologue and an epilogue spread across 203 pages. Then we've got acknowledgements, and then advertisements for other Monster Collection books: Prison of the Daleks, Touched by an Angel, Illegal Alien, Shakedown, The Scales of Injustice, Corpse Marker, The Sands of Time,
then we've got an advertisement for the Harvest of Time. Sting of the Zygons I do have fond memories of. When I was a child I listened to the audiobook I think quite a few times, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Last year I picked up the hardback new series edition of the Sting of the Zygons, the original one, in a charity shop for collection purposes, and I kind of got this for the same thing really. It was there for cheap, so I decided to get it. Same sort of thing with Illegal Alien. Don't really have much interest in reading this, I just got it for kind of collector's purposes only, but I probably will give it a read someday possibly, which is unlikely, but I might do. Moving on to new series hardbacks now. I got one of these in stacks for £3 and the other one in a charity shop for £1. So the first one that I got from stacks is The Glamour Chase by Gary Russell again. Not again, he's not in this video yet. No, he hasn't been in this video yet, so ignore that. But for the cover art of The Glamour Chase with BBC Books, the 11th Doctor, 2 enemies, this kind of burst of fiery light, Rory putting his hand up there in kind of a stop motion, a very nice explosion in front of these mountains, Doctor Who the Glamour Chase, Gary Russell, seeing is not believing. In the spine we have the Doctor Who logo, The Glamour Chase, Gary Russell with a very nice spine, BBC Books. And then for the back we have this kind of nice, very kind of blue and mystical and starry rendition of the Matt Smith title sequence Vortex. Set against that we have a quote from the book, "Why are you here? I mean, who are you exactly?" Then we've got a section of the cover there. The synopsis: Doctor Who, a thrilling all-new adventure featuring the Doctor, Amy and Rory as played by Matt Smith, Karen Gillan and Arthur Darvill in a spectacular hit series from BBC Television. And then we've got a barcode, copyright guff, and the prices. And now for the synopsis. An archaeological dig in 1936 unearths relics of another time, and as the Doctor, Amy and Rory realise, another place, another planet. But if Enola Porter, noted adventuress, has really found evidence of an alien civilization, how come she isn't famous? Why has Rory never heard of her? Added to that, since Amy's been travelling with him for a while now, why does she think the Doctor is from Mars? As the ancient spaceship reactivates, the Doctor discovers that nothing and no one can be trusted. The things that seem most real could actually be literal fabrications and very deadly indeed. Who can the Doctor believe when no one is what they seem, and how can he defeat an enemy who can bend matter itself to their will? For the Doctor, Amy and Rory, and all of humanity, the buried secrets of the past are very much a threat to the present. Then for the innards we have a kind of a penciled in £3 up there, and just blank pages. Doctor Who the Glamour Chase. Other Doctor Who books available from BBC Books. Doctor Who the Glamour Chase, Gary Russell, BBC Books. Various copyright guff, who this book is for. And for the innards we have a prologue and then the start of the book. And this book with a prologue and 18 chapters is spread across 243 pages. Then on the back here we have acknowledgements. Then we've got audiobook exclusive advertisements. The Hounds of Artemis and the Ring of Steel. Then here we've got advertising for other Doctor Who books: Apollo 23, Night of the Humans, The Forgotten Army, The TARDIS Handbook, Nuclear Time, The King's Dragon, The Only Good Dalek, which is a graphic novel, The Brilliant Book of Doctor Who. And then at the back here we have Brand New Doctor, Exciting New Adventures, Doctor Who Series 5 DVDs available now, including exclusive to DVD, the special features of Monster Files. The Doctor Who confidential team get the lowdown on the new Doctor Who's arch enemies with class interviews and unseen footage. Again, this is a Doctor Who book that I got mainly as a collector's item. It was there for cheap, so I decided to get it. Again, I probably will read it in the future. The blurb itself doesn't sound that interesting. But maybe when I've kind of developed a faster reading speed, where I can get like 3 Doctor Who books in like 2 days. Oh, I would love that so much. I'd probably give this a chance. The blurb itself doesn't sound that interesting, but like I said, I mainly got this for collector's purposes, and it is nice having a collection. And if you're wondering why I just keep getting Doctor Who books for collection purposes and don't really have any interest in them, you're probably wondering why I'm even buying them. Well, that's simply because, in my opinion, a Doctor Who book collection isn't good based upon how many rare Doctor Who books you have. It's based upon the kind of quantity of Doctor Who books that you have, and that's why I'm getting all of these new series hardbacks, because I'm not massively interested in the new series hardbacks. There is some that I'm pretty interested in, but I'm just mainly getting them for collector's purposes, because like I said, a Doctor Who book collection to me should really be judged by its kind of quantity, its mass, its scale, and not really how many rare Doctor Who books there are in it. Next new series hardback is, and possibly the final one in this video, we have BBC Books. Well, there we have The Night of the Humans. So for the cover art we have BBC Books, Doctor Who, The Night of the Humans, David Llewellyn. The clock is ticking, the humans are coming. Then here we've got the 11th Doctor and Amy, then set against this nice kind of green kind of nebula kind of space kind of background. Then down here we've got a very mechanical looking planet with a rocket, who appears to have eaten too much curry. Then on the spine we have Doctor Who, Not the Humans, David Llewellyn. Then here you should have BBC Books, but we've got a T+ sticker on this because this is an ex-library copy. And as you can see, this is a quite battered Doctor Who book, but I will go into that in a minute. As you can see, it is pretty scuffy. Then for the blurb we have that Matt Smith title sequence rendition still again, with a condensed bit of the cover. The blurb, a quote from the book, this is the Galore, the most hostile environment in the galaxy. What a terrible name, the Galore. Sounds like some sort of bloody cheese. Doctor Who, a thrilling all-new adventure featuring the Doctor and Amy, is played by Matt Smith and Karen Gillan, in a spectacular hit series from BBC Television. Photos copyright Guff, the barcode and the prices. And now for the blurb. 250,000 years worth of junk floating in deep space, home to the shipwrecked the carnivorous thologs, and the worst of all, the humans. The Doctor and Amy arrive on this terrifying world in the middle of an all-out frontier war between Situum and humans, and the countdown has already started. There's a comet in the sky, and it's on a collision course with the Galore. When the Doctor is kidnapped, it's up to Amy and Galaxy's famous swashbuckler, Dirk Slipstream, oh god, so cringy that name, to save the day. But who is Slipstream exactly? And what is he really doing here? He's probably just had to be a wanker, to be honest. Then here we've got the kind of a date written into this Doctor Who book, the 6th of the 5th, 16. Which is bizarre because that was only a couple of days ago, and I didn't get this book a couple of days ago. I got it beforehand, so I'm not sure what that means. Then now you've got a bit of paper here, which is kind of where the library stamp thing must have been ripped out. And now you've got the library barcode. Doctor Who, Night of the Humans. You can see it's been printed a little onto the other page here, just about, very faintly. Advertisements for other Doctor Who books. Doctor Who, Not of the Humans, David Llewellyn, BBC Books. Then they've got very copyright guff. The dedication page, which as you can see is completely torn out, which is unfortunate, but this is only £1 in a charity shop, so I said why not. And then you've got the start of the book. So it is, let's see here, a 22 chapters long Doctor Who book with a prologue and an epilogue across 246 pages. And there you've got acknowledgements, advertisements for BBC audiobooks, these same ones that I showed that were in the Glamour Chase. Then you've got advertisements for other Doctor Who books: Apollo 23, The Forgotten Army, The TARDIS Handbook, The Glamour Chase, Nuclear Time, The King's Dragon, The Only Good Dalek, and The Only Good Dalek. like I said, again, I did get this for only collection purposes, and so I'm not too fussed that it's in kind of scuffy condition like this. As you can see, it is pretty badly scratched. One of the pages is about to come out, like the actual cover itself is peeling away. You've got a sticker on the side there. You've got a ripped page, and the book's even been repaired with sellotape at some point. But it was only £1 in a charity shop, so I said, why not? The blurb sounds pretty interesting. Sounds like cringy characters. Sounds a little bit like Galaxy 4 with the kind of sides being turned. But again, it's a Doctor Who book I'm not too interested in reading, and it's meant to be terrible anyway. So yeah, let's just put that in my wardrobe and forget about it. Moving on to target novelisations now, we have Doctor Who and the Keys of Marinus. So for the cover art we have Doctor and the Keys of Marinus, Philip Hinchcliffe, the Target logo, then there we've got a shimmering TARDIS above a planet, which I'm assuming is Marinus, and the kind of space. It's a very nice cover, but it has nothing to do with the story. And I don't get why the TARDIS kind of headlight is red. Maybe it's possessed, who knows. Then there we've got Target logo, Doctor and the Keys of Marinus, Philip Hinchcliffe, number 38. Then there we've got an extremely weird blurb. We've got the blurb itself, then we've got distributed in the US by Lyle Stewart Incorporated. 1 in 12 enterprise, blah 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 blah, just random guff that I don't care about. The prices and what genre this book is. Then for the blurb we have Marinus, a remote force shielded island set in a sea of acid governed by the Conscience, the ultimate computer which rules and balances the gentle life of Marinus, guarded by Arbitan the Keeper, ruthless protector of a peace-loving race threatened by Yartek, warlord of the brutal subhuman Vroods, sworn enemy of Arbitan and of Marinus, and who has within his grasp the keys of Marinus, the Conscience, right through Michael circuits, the doors of good and evil. Can the Doctor find the hidden circuits in time? Arbitan's command was find them or die. So as you can see, it's a really weirdly structured blurb with lots of subtitles and things, and it does have a big continuity up here. Marinus, a remote force shielded island set in a sea of acid. Marinus wasn't the name of the island. The island didn't necessarily have a name in the actual TV story. The planet was called Marinus. That's kind of a boo-hoo by whoever wrote that blurb. And then we've got Doctor Who and the Keys of Marinus, based on the BBC television serial Doctor and the Sea of Death. Wow, that is weird. They used the original kind of working script title for this Doctor Who novelisation, which is weird, because back in the day, like when Doctor Who was originally being produced in 1963, the stories had all sorts of weird and kind of other names, like for instance, an unearthly child was sometimes called 10,000 BC, the Daleks are sometimes called the Mutants, and Edge of Destruction is sometimes called Inside the Spaceship, and Marco Polo is sometimes called Journey to Cathay. So it's kind of like interesting that they actually use a working title in this novelisation. Based on the BBC television serial Doctor and the Sea of Death, or the Keys of Marinus by Terry Nation, by arrangements with the British Broadcasting Corporation. Philip Hinchcliffe, number 38 in the Doctor Who library. That Target logo, a Target book published by the paperback division of the British Allen & Co Limited. And they've got various copyright guff, the contents, and it is a 13-chaptered Doctor Who book spread across 128 pages. So yeah, there's the Keys of Marinus. Good television story. It'd be interesting to see what the novelisation is like. And then next we have Doctor Who and the Planet of the Spiders by Terence Dix. Target novelisation. So we have Target logo, Doctor Who and the Planet of Spiders, Terence Dix, and then for the kind of main artwork itself, underneath the kind of starry sky, in this craggy box we have a spider, which kind of looks like a raven, to be honest, Then we've got the Metabelus crystal. Doctor Who, there we've got the target logo. Doctor Who and the Planet Spiders, 10-6-48. Then there we've got It's Happening Brigadier, and then for the blurb, I'm tired. For the blurb, and then there. And for the back we have then there we've got that distributed guff again, various prices and stuff. And then we've got the blurb, which is just this, which is kind of a lazy blurb. It's basically a quote from the story. It's happening, Brigadier. It's happening, Sir cried out. The Brigadier watched fascinated as the lifeless body of his old friend and companion, Doctor Who, suddenly began to glow with an eerie golden light. The features were blurring, changing. Well, bless my soul, said the Brigadier. Who? Oh, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. Who will he be next? Read the last and exciting adventure of Doctor Who's third incarnation. Seriously, that's... just why? Doctor and the Planet of the Spiders, that kind of cover page, that's in all kind of Target novelisations, various copyright guff, the kind of content of this book, and it is a, let's see here, a 121 page long Doctor Who book spread across a prologue and epilogue and 12 chapters. And then there we've got advertisements for other kind of Doctor Who books from the Target range. Then we've got this kind of advertisement for Star Book, which I believe are Target reprints, or advertisements for how to get Target books delivered to your door. Then we've just got a blank page there. So yeah, there's Doctor and the Planet Spiders by Terence Dix. Another nice little collector's piece. Final Target novelisation in this video before we get into the kind of more interesting books for me personally, because they're lovely 60 books, well, original 60 fiction. We have the Doctor and the Leisure Hive Target, so we have Target logo, Doctor Who and the Leisure Hive, David Fisher, and we've got a very nice cover art, one of the characters from the Leisure Hive, for Marcy and the Leisure Hive itself. With a very nice cover because you've got this kind of like garments kind of blending and swirling into this kind of book and into the kind of cover, which is really interesting. So yeah, and then on the spine we have Target logo, Doctor and the Leisure Hive, David Fisher, and then for the back we have advertisement prices which have been painted out with actual kind of, I think, acrylic paint or something like that, or some sort of paint. Then there we've got various Doctor Who books advertisements, as you can see there. Now for the blurb. The Leisure Hive on the planet Argolis is an entertainment centre for galactic travellers. At the heart of the hive is the Tachyon Recreation Generator, a machine with the most extraordinary performance capability and vital to the continued existence of Argolin and their devastating war with the reptilian form Marcy. Whilst this is in the hive, the Doctor and Romana are sucked into a whirlpool of treachery and deceit and are eventually arrested on suspicion of murder. And then here we have Doctor Who and the Leisure Hive, based on the review, and just got a Doctor Who kind of Target kind of cover page. Got a Star Book, published by the paperback division of Liberation Anime Co Limited. They've got different prices and whatnot penciled in up there. And they've got various copyright guff. And then this book is, let's see here, a 127 page long Doctor Who book spread across 9 chapters. And that's all the Target novelisations, the reprints and the new series books out of the way with. Now we're going to be moving on to some delicious 1960 books and the rare books as well. Delicious 1960 Doctor Who books and the unboxing of some lovely Doctor Who books. We have my only virgin book out of this collection update, The Sorcerer's Apprentice by Christopher Bewless. And yeah, which I'm really excited to read. I mean, which I'll say in a minute. Which I'll talk about in a minute. So the recovery of Doctor Who, The Missing Adventures, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, Christopher Bulis. Then for the cover art itself, we have yet another bloody rendition of William Hartnell's kind of famous kind of pose from the Web Planet, but only in this kind of these kind of ornamental garments. Then here we have got Susan in her pose that she was in on the DVD cover of An Unearthly Child. The only difference was that her eyes were moved to the centre. Then here in the forest we have the TARDIS being blasted by this dragon. It looks really awesome. Then on the spine we have Doctor Who, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, Christopher Bulis. Then condensed bit of the cover again, the dragon blasting TARDIS in the forest. And then for the back we have The Sorcerer's Apprentice, original novel featuring the first Doctor, Barbara and Ian. Doctor Who, this adventure takes place between the television stories Marco Polo and the Keys of Marinus. Christopher Bulis is the author of previous 2 Doctor Who books, The New Adventure, Shadow Mind, and The Missing Adventure, State of Change. Cover design is by Slater Anderson, and the cover painting is by Paul Campbell. Then I've got various prices, the genre, and the barcode. And now for the blurb. There's no thing such as magic, the Doctor said, but the land of Elbion might just prove them to be wrong. It's a place populated by creatures of fantasy, where myth and legend rule. Elves and dwarves lie in harmony with mankind, wizards wield arcane powers, and armoured knights battle monstrous dragons. Yet it seems that Elbion has secrets to hide. The TARDIS crew find a relic from the 30th century hidden in the woods, whose sinister manipulations are threatening the stability of a once peaceful land. And what part does the planet play in a conflict that may save an empire yet doom a galaxy? To solve these puzzles and save his companions, the Doctor must learn to use the sorcery whose very existence he doubts. And then for the innards we have The Sorcerer's Apprentice, also available from the version Missing Adventures line. The Sorcerer's Apprentice, Christopher Bulis, Doctor Who, The Missing Adventures. Then there we've got the copyright guff. Then this book is, let's see here, a 296 page long Doctor Who book spread across a prologue and 26 chapters. Then there we've got Doctor Who books available in the Virgin New Adventures series. And then there we've just got blank books at the back. Good water bath, I guess. But anyway, I was very lucky to get this off of Amazon for, not including postage, £4.50, which is really good because this book is in pretty much brand new condition. I would say the outer exterior is pretty much mint, a few scratches here and there, a few scuffs to the corners, and a crease near Susan's elbow down here. But other than that, this book is mint. The reason why I'm saying this I only spent £4.50 on this is because it's normally a 8 to 9, even £10 Doctor Who book on Amazon, which is really cool. So I got this for a nice cheap price, and I'm very curious in reading this Doctor Who book because it's once again a Doctor Who fantasy story, which you very rarely ever see in Doctor Who. I mean, the only television stories that I would consider fantasy in the 1960s era as a whole would be The Celestial Toymaker and The Mind Robber. So it's going to be interesting to see yet another fantasy Doctor Who book, and it appears Christopher Bulis is taking a unconventional story type and pairing it with a Doctor that with a doctor that would seem to kind of suit the kind of fantasy kind of genre very well. So it appears it's going to be like a very experimental Doctor Who book, but Christopher Bulis is a great writer. He wrote City at World's End, which I hugely enjoyed. So I've got faith in Christopher Bulis that this Doctor Who book will be brilliant. And I don't think I mentioned this at the start, but all of the 1960 Doctor Who books I'm showing, I probably will review them all in the future, because as I said, I'm expanding outwards and reviewing a lot more 1960 Doctor Who novels, so all the ones I am showcasing and unboxing will more or less likely be reviewed in the future, or will be reviewed in the future just in my own time. Next one up, we have Salvation. We have BBC Doctor Who Salvation, Steve Lyons. Then for the cover itself, with this kind of burst of light in this kind of dark green clouds, we have the Statue of Liberty and William Hartnell here. Unfortunately, a very grainy pic of William Hartnell. I know these covers were done in Photoshop, and this is kind of early days of Photoshop, but I mean, they could have done a little better than that. I mean, seriously, it's quite grainy. Then on the spine we have Doctor Who, condensed bit of the cover, Salvation, Steve Lyons, BBC, and then for the back we have a condensed bit of the cover, the barcode, the prices, Doctor and trademarks of the BBC, and now for the blurb. The gods have returned, and they are here to save our world. New York, 1965, a time of conflict between ideologies, races, generations and genders, when crime runs rife and unpopular war drags on in a distant land. In the midst of this turmoil, people cry out to their gods, and now it seems their gods have answered their call, walking the slums and tenements of downtown Manhattan, demonstrating extraordinary powers. 5 strangers are gathering a growing crowd of worshippers. Stephen wants to believe in miracles, but the Doctor is more skeptical. What are these strangers' real motives, and why does history make no mention of these events? As New York begins to tear itself apart, the Doctor's principles are tested to their limits. Which side should he choose to help, and what part will a London schoolgirl named Dorothy Chaplet play in the ensuing chaos? Hopefully she's, knowing Dorothy, she's probably going to be the bitchy part of the chaos, the extremely bitchy and stupid part of the chaos. Oh god, such a stupid character. Well, not necessarily a stupid character, I mean, she is a good character, but I mean, she is just so poorly written in the stories that she's in. It's like no one was willing to give this good companion a chance at all. What price is humankind is willing to pay for salvation? Featuring the first Doctor and Stephen and introducing Dodo, this adventure takes place between the Massacre and the Ark. Then for the innards we have Doctor Who Salvation, Steve Lyons, BBC. Then there we've got various copyright guff, a blank page, then the first chapter. This is a 274 page long Doctor Who book spread across 14 chapters and an epilogue. And then for the back we have other Doctor Who adventures available from BBC Worldwide, the 8th Doctor Adventures, past Doctor Adventures, other fiction, non-fiction, and Doctor Who on video, Doctor Who on, and then we've got Doctor Who on audio. Then we've got a few blank pages at the back. Salvation I am pretty curious in reading. Apparently this story takes place directly after the massacre of St. Bartholomew's Eve, and the Doctor and Stephen are very affected in their mood apparently, so it's going to be more of a character piece for them, and also unfortunately Dorothy Chaplet aka Dodo, that stupid obnoxious bitch that from the Hartnell era for many people. In my opinion she isn't a bad companion per se, she's just extremely poorly written in the stories that she is in. It's like she is a good companion, but nobody was willing to give enough of a shit to give her a chance. I mean, she is relentlessly idiotic and stupid in the Celestial Toymaker. I do not get at all what Jerry Davis and I believe Aline Bingham were thinking of when writing her in that story. So hopefully Steve Lyons redeems her a bit in this Doctor Who book, and I have confidence that he will, because he wrote The Witch Hunters, and such a good book. The final Doctor Who book I shall be showcasing before I move on to the actual unboxings is a second Doctor book, another one by Steve Lyons. We have The Final Sanction, BBC Doctor Who The Final Sanction, Steve Lyons. Then this kind of aquatic, kind of swirling whirlpool. We have Isolation, the ever so sexy and I guess you would say voluptuous Zoe. Then there we've got the second Doctor in his utterly cliche pose. Then we've got Doctor Who, condensed bit of the cover, condensed version of the cover, The Final Sanction, Steve Lyons, BBC. And then for the back we have a condensed bit of the cover art, the kind of blurb, the barcode and the prices, and Doctor and Charlotte are the trademarks of the BBC. Now for the blurb. The year is 2204. The final confrontation by humankind and the monstrous Salacians is about to reach its tragic conclusion. Once again the Doctor has become entangled in human history, caught up in brutal and bloody conflict. He knows he must do nothing to influence the outcome, but when the TARDIS disappears and Zoe falls into Salatian hands, he is forced to intervene. Once again the Doctor has become in the struggle that ensues, Jeremy fights alongside the human forces and discovers for himself that the true horror of war. Zoe plans her escape from an alien prison camp, only to find herself quite literally out of her depth. Meanwhile, the Doctor comes face to face with a man who will become one of the most vilified figures in history. As the death toll mounts and events come to a head, the Doctor must pull a painful choice. Which is more important, the sanctity of the time stream or the lives of his companions? Featuring the second Doctor, Jamie and Zoe, this adventure takes place between the TV stories The Seeds of Death and The Space Pirates. Now what I really like about this cover art, in particular on the back you can vaguely make out a shark. So like you've got like its tail end here, and then you've got kind of it expanding outwards with a fin down here, and it's kind of head down here, I think. I might just be seeing things, but if that actually is a shark silhouette or something like that, that's a really nice attention to detail by whoever designed the cover, because Salacians themselves are actually sharks. Then we've got a little paper order thing that came with the book. Doctor The Final Sanction, Steve Lyons, BBC, penciled and price sticker up there. They've got various copyright guffs, and the first chapter, and this is a 284 page long Doctor Who book spread across 34 chapters, and at the end we had advertisements for other Doctor Who books and audio dramas. Yay! So anyway, The Final Sanction by Steve Lyons. I've heard this is meant to be an absolutely fantastic Doctor Who book, and I am very, very excited to read it. I do need to get the Murder Game before reading this, so hopefully I will get that Doctor Who book soon. So yeah, there is The Final Sanction. And now with all of those Doctor Who books being showcased, it is time to start the unboxings. Now on to the first unboxing of this video. Let's see which book it is. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the let me see, the first Salatian story, The Murder Game. And it is, yes. Let's just get this delicious Doctor Who book out. And there it is, The Murder Game by Steve Lyons. And as I have noticed on the cover of, this is the exact same image that was used for the Salation on the final sanction, but only the Salation here is gold, which is quite interesting. But yeah, I'm not too sure if the final sanction is heavily connected with the murder game, but I do believe it is, so I think I need to read this first before reading the final sanction. But anyways, onto the kind of showcasing of this book. So up here we have BBC, Doctor Who, the murder game, Steve Lyons, and for the cover art itself, in this kind of swirl of vortex of stars and stuff, we have what is supposed to be the second Doctor, but is actually Salamander from the end of the world. And here we have a Salation in this story, and as I said, this is their debut. So on the spine we have Doctor Who, that picture of Salamander again, the murder game, Steve Lyons, BBC with the blue planet here and another planet here. Then for the back, which looks really nice, we've got like more stars and vortexes and blended in with like some blues and greens, with lots of planets and stuff. We have a shrunken down picture of Salamander from the cover again. The blurb, the barcode, and the price of the BBC logo, and Doctor Who Natalia trademarks of the BBC. And now for the bio on this Doctor Who book. The faded glamour of a hotel in space, spinning in an all but forgotten orbit around the Earth, is host to some unusual visitors this weekend, including a party that claimed to travel in a battered blue police box. It is the year 2146, answering the stress call from the dilapidated Hotel Galaxian. The TARDIS crew must discover a games enthusiast. The TARDIS crew discover a game enthusiast is using the hotel to host a murder mystery weekend, but it seems someone from his motley group of guests is taking things a little too seriously. While the Doctor, Ben and Polly find themselves joining in the shadow play, it becomes clear that a real-life murderer is stalking the dark, disused corridor of the Galaxian. But worse than this, there's a sinister force waiting silently in space for events to unfold. A terrible secret is hidden on board the Galaxian, and if it is discovered, nothing, least of all murder, will ever be the same again. If this is a game, the stakes just got higher. Featuring the second Doctor, Ben and Polly, this adventure takes place between the TV stories, The Power of the Daleks, and The Highlanders. Then for the innards we have Doctor Who the Murder Game, Steve Lyons, BBC Books. Various copyright Garland are already released books in the range, and now we've got the first chapter, and this is a 15 chapters Doctor Who book, but costs 284 pages. I don't know much about the murder game, all I know it's meant to be a really good murder mystery novel, and I am really looking forward to it and seeing what the explanations are like, because I haven't listened to that Big Finish audio, The Architects of History yet. But yeah, still pretty curious in reading this Doctor Who book, and also looking forward to reading the sequel to this, The Final Sanction. Anyways, on to the next unboxing. Right, moving on to the second unboxing of this video, we have two parcels from World of Books, a big one and a small one. Right then, for the big one, it is the very beautiful new series hardback of Doctor Who Dark Horizons by Jenny T. Colgan, with an absolutely amazing cover. The writing here looks like he's taking the biggest shit ever, but this is still an utterly beautiful cover art. I just love this so much. It's an utterly magnetic and just beautiful cover art. I could stare at this for hours. It is fucking beautiful. So for the cover art we have BBC Books, Doctor Who, No One Can Escape the Burning, Dark Horizons, Jenny T. Colgan. Then they've got Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor, a burning Viking ship, the TARDIS on fire, and that Viking once again, who looks like as I said, he looks like he's taking a massive shield, he's getting something shot up his arse. Then we've got lots of fire and stars and stuff, it looks wonderful. Then for the spine we have Doctor Who, Dark Horizons, Jenny T. Colgan, BBC Books. Then in the back we have Doctor Who and the barcode. And now for the kind of extracts from the story that's on the back here. I know you, the princess tossed back her long braids. You have many faces. The Doctor stopped what he was doing and looked up. Go on, he said quietly. You are the shapeshifter, the trickster. You are Loki, the worst of Valhalla's gods. The worst? The Doctor, said the Doctor, wounded. That's a bit strong. I like the chap with the thunder hammer, which is wonderful. Which is a wonderful little extract got on the back. Then now we've got Doctor Who, Dark Horizons, and then we have the blurb. Now you may or may not have noticed, but we appear to be on fire on a windswept northern shore at the very tip of what will one day become Scotland. The islanders believe the worst they have to fear is a Viking attack. Then the burning comes. They cannot run from it. Water will not stop it. It consumes everything in its path. Yet the burns still speak. The Doctor is just looking for a game on the famous Lewis chess set. Instead he encounters a people under attack from a power they cannot possibly understand. Instead he encounters a people. That has to be a typo, that makes no sense whatsoever. Instead he encounters a people. They have, I'm pretty sure that's a typo, that has to be a typo, it makes no sense whatsoever. They have no weapons, no strategy, and no protection against a fire centre engulfed them all. Add into the marauding Vikings with very bad timing, a kidnapped princess with a secret of her own, and a TARDIS that seems to have developed an inexplicable fear of water. A TARDIS that has seemed to have developed an inexplicable fear of water. For fuck's sake, the blurb was sounding so good until that point. And then oh, it's so bad. The TARDIS develops an inexplicable fear of water. So bad! What the fuck? So bad! God. Oh god. Alright. And then they have a battle on their hands. The islanders must take on a ruthless alien force in a world without technology, without communications, without tea that isn't made out of bark. Without tea that isn't made out of bark. For fuck's sake, this block was doing so good, and it introduces the TARDIS being afraid of water and tea made out of bark. What the hell, Jenny T. Colgan? Still, at least they have the Doctor on their side, don't they? A thrilling new adventure starring the Doctor played Matt Smith in the spectacular hit series from BBC Television. And they've got the prices: Doctor Who, Dark Horizons, Jenny T. Colgan, BBC Books, various copyright guff. Then you've got the kind of who this book's dedicated to. Appears she's dedicated it to a cheese lover. Then there you've got the first chapter, and this is a, let's see here, a 307 page long Doctor Who book spread across 31 chapters. Then they've got some acknowledgements. The encyclopedia, the Gary Russell advertisement, the Dalek advertisement for other Doctor Who books, the Dalek Handbook, and Touched by an Angel. Paradox Lost, Borrowed Time, Coming as a Terrifier, The Sun and Stars Go By, The Brilliant Book 2012, The Encyclopedia, Doctor Who Original Audio Adventures for the 11th Doctor, which is like original audio books, advertisements for those. Then they've got a bit about Jenny T. Colgan, the picture of her. Jenny T. Colgan has written 13 best-selling novels as Jenny Colgan, which have sold over 2.5 million copies worldwide. Age 11, she won a national fan competition to meet Doctor Who and was mistaken for a boy by Peter Davidson. She lives in France, which is very interesting. Then they've got various copyright stuff. So this Doctor Who book, I was looking forward to it until that TARDIS part. That is so bad. The TARDIS developed an inexplicable fear of water. I don't even know what to say to that. I think that's even more retarded than what Lance Parkin did to the Ice Boys in the Dying Days. Seriously, the TARDIS becoming afraid of water. To be honest, JT Colgan is going to write In the Blood, which is going to be released on the 12th in a few days' time. And I was already scared for it because, I mean, The Dawson's Curse is such an utterly mangled Doctor Who book, so if the BBC were willing to release Doctor Who books so utterly mangled like that, it was going to scare me. It frankly scared me. In the Blood quite frankly scared me because God knows what that book is going to be like, because I mean, if BBC are willing to release Doctor Who books so utterly mangled as The Dawson's Curse, it's quite frankly scary for that Doctor Who book. And it's also written by the same author that apparently has made the TARDIS become afraid of water. So bad! Oh my god! I'm quite frankly terrified for In the Blood now, because of JT Colgan is making the TARDIS afraid of water. God fucking knows what she's gonna do in the blood. Oh my god, I can't get over that. That is so stupid. The TARDIS afraid of water. Oh god, let's just move away from that and just put that aside. Oh for God's sake. Oh, God's sake, I so bad. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Ultimate Doctor Who book, which is hopefully going to be a bit more intelligent, let's say. I can't get over that, seriously. Okay. Final Doctor Who book from the world of books. I'm going to be unboxing in this video, and it's the first of the rare Doctor Who books in this video. It is a very rare Doctor Who PDA Spinal Scratch by Gary Russell. Holy crap, that is such a beautiful cover art. So we have BBC Books, Doctor Who, Spinal Scratch, Gary Russell, and then for the cover art we've got these lovely kind of swirling and undulating spirals with the 6th Doctor here. Oh, beautiful cover art. Then on the spine we have Doctor Who, commenced with the cover, Spinal Scratch, Gary Russell, BBC. And then for the back we have, commenced with the cover again, kind of barcode and the prices, Doctor and the TARDIS trademark for the BBC. And now for the blurb. Carsus, the largest repository of knowledge in the universe. In the universe, but there is an infinite number of potential universes, or rather there should be. So why are there now just 117,863, and why every so often there's another one just wink out of existence? The Doctor and Mel arrive on Carsus to see the Doctor's old friend Professor Rummus, but he has been murdered. Can they solve the mystery of a contradicting multiverse and expose the murderer? With the ties that bind the Lamprey family to the past, present and future unravelling around him, only the Doctor can stop the descent into temporal chaos, but he is lost on Janus 8 and Shilos, and a 20th century Earth where Rome never fell, and is the peer the blood was open? Well, the camera just face planted, and it appears the blurb ends open-ended, which is very interesting. So yeah, and now for the innards we have, oh my god! Oh my god, no way! Oh my god! Oh my god, you're getting this. Oh my. Oh fuck. Whoa. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. You're kidding me. It's signed by Gary Russell. What the fuck? No. You're kidding me. I purchased this for 10 quid off of eBay when it went down in price, not knowing it was going to be signed. But it's signed by Gary Russell, and this is his autograph because, as you may know, I did an unboxing of Business Unusual signed by Gary Russell, which I know from the seller was signed by Gary Russell. So that is his genuine autograph. Oh my fucking god, I was not expecting that. Oh, that, Jesus Christ. No way! That is insane! Oh, God, sorry about that, I just freaked out. Oh my god. So, just in case you didn't know, Spiral Scratch went down on Amazon, briefly for about a week and a half, and eBay, from 20 quid down to 10 quid on Amazon and eBay, and I purchased this for 10 quid off of eBay, thinking during a few days before it went back up in price, and along with Dark Horizons for 10 quid just before it went back up in price. And I purchased it thinking that it wasn't signed. I was thinking it was just going to be a copy of Spiral Scratch, but it's actually signed by Gary Russell. I'm pretty sure nowhere in the listing, I didn't check, but I'm pretty sure nowhere in the listing it said it was signed by Gary Russell. That is a absolutely humongous surprise. Holy fuck, I was not expecting that. So, did World of Books accidentally send me a signed copy of Spiral Scratch? Did they intend to send me a non-signed copy? I honestly don't know, but oh, it's signed! I was not expecting that whatsoever. You could hear my sheer surprise earlier on. Oh my god! God. Okay, back to showcasing Spiral Scratch. We have Doctor Who, Spiral Scratch, Gary Russell. Best wishes, Gary Russell's signature. BBC Books. I'm shaking like I was not expecting that. And then we have various copyright guff. This book, who this book is dedicated to. Then there we've got chapter 1. Start of chapter 1. Oh my god. We've got. Then it's a 277 page long Doctor Who book. Spread across 16 chapters and no prologues, epilogues. With acknowledgements at the back here about the author and coming from Doctor Who books, and advertisements for new series books at the back here. Oh my god. So, I was not expecting that at all. I just purchased this thinking it was a non-signed copy, but it's actually signed by fucking Gary Russell. Oh my god. You're not kidding me. I got this for only 10 quid, a signed copy of Spiral Scratch for 10 quid off of eBay. I don't know if the seller accidentally sent me a signed copy and they intended to send me a signed copy and they intended to send me a non-signed copy. I honestly don't know, but that is surprising as hell. It was, I don't know what to say to that. Oh god. Oh, I'm just in shock right now. I'm just freaking out right now. Oh my god. I did not expect that at all. A signed copy of Spiral Scratch by Gary Russell, and I got it for only 10 quid! 10 quid, well, 10 quid and 17 pence, but it's quite a signed copy of Spiral Scratch for Gary Russell. You're fucking kidding me, for only 10 quid! Oh my god, oh god. Okay. Calm down. Oh my god! So, Spiral Scratch, God, even looks like Colin Baker himself on the cover is surprised. So, Spiral Scratch doesn't sound like the most interesting of blurbs, and it's most likely going to be forgotten now because we have the Sixth Doctor Last Adventure as the Sixth Doctor's regeneration story. But still, it's going to be an interesting Doctor Who book to read, and it's going to be an interesting one to have in my collection. And it's a pity this book is going to be forgotten now because the Sixth Doctor Last Adventure is out. And people will just most likely forget about this Doctor Who book. But I am still very happy to have Spiral Scratch in my Doctor Who collection, and one signed by fucking Gary Russell as well, which I was not expecting at all, as you can hear by my absolute humongous freak out. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. So yeah, there is the final Doctor Who book to be showcased in this video. A surprisingly enough, a signed copy of Spiral Scratch by Gary Russell. One more Doctor Who book to unbox in this video, and I am utterly shocked that I have this Doctor Who book in my collection. I was extremely lucky to win this certain Doctor Who book on eBay for £4.20, whereas it normally goes for upwards of like 25 quid on Amazon. So I won this very rare Doctor Who book, oh my fucking god, for £4.20 on eBay, plus £2 postage. It is a bit battered, but I am still immensely happy to get the 11th Tiger by David A. McKenzie in my collection. Oh my god. Oh, this was my most wanted Doctor Who book that I wanted to get in my collection, simply because good old Billy Hartnell here is my favourite Doctor. As you can see, it is a bit battered. There's like a crease right down the middle here, there's a crease here, and the spine is pretty crippled, but £4.20 for this Doctor Who book plus £2 postage. I don't even know what to say. I am just so happy to get this Doctor Who book in my collection. As I said earlier in this video, I am going to be expanding more into like reviewing the actual TV stories of 1960 Doctor Who, and also reviewing a lot more 1960 Doctor Who books, aka First and Second Doctor. As a turn of this, I am trying to complete the William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton original novels, all the First and Second Doctor original novels, and now William Hartnell is going to be an absolute cakewalk to complete. Yes, I know there's still Campaign out there, which is this unofficial charity novel featuring the First Doctor, Ian, Barbara and Susan. But to get an official set of his books like that were officially released, it's going to be so easy now, because I've now got the 11th Tiger, the Plotters, the Man in the Velvet Mask, and the Sorcerer's Apprentice, which are all of his rare Doctor Who books. We've also got the Time Travellers as well, which is quite rare. So getting all of his books now is going to be a cakewalk, pretty much. Well, unless I really want to get Campaign, which I do really want to get, but to get an official set of his Doctor Who books, it's going to be an absolute cakewalk to get. Unfortunately, Troughton is going to be a bit of a bugger to try and complete, because I've got massive obstacles in the way, such as the Dark Path, Colony of Pies, The Indestructible Man, Twilight of the Gods. Good old Troughton boy over here as well has got like loads of rare Doctor Who books, so getting them is going to be an absolute pain, but still I am so happy to get the 11th Tiger by David A. McKenzie in my collection. and getting the Hartnell book is going to be a whole lot easier. So anyways, up here we have BBC Books, Doctor Who, The 11th Tiger, David A. McKenzie, and for the cover art itself, kind of framed by two lion, what I believe are lion statues. You have, with lots of vines and creeping vines and stuff, we have the first Doctor here, which is, I believe that's his pose from that, I was about to say it was the Celestial Toymaker promo shot pose, but I don't think it is. But I do recognise it from somewhere. I'm not quite sure where though. It might be the Massacre, I'm not sure. But behind him we have a big kind of temple kind of going into the sky. Nice bit of perspective there. We've got the kind of the top of the temple, where we've got the temple going smaller and smaller and smaller as it goes into the sky. And then on the spine we have Doctor Who, condensed bit of the cover, The 11th Tiger, David A. McKenzie, BBC, and the continuation of the cover art. As you can see, there is quite a few, as you might be able to see, there are quite a few creases on the spine. And yeah, and from where I'm viewing it right now, the camera is picking it up as kind of like this sign yellow, but it's actually a lot greener in reality. This Doctor Who book. And up here we've got, set against another continuation of the cover with some very nicely placed horsemen there. Don't know if you can see that, but right down where my pinky finger is, you can see some people riding horses, which must be kind of like samurai warriors or something. Then here you've got the condensed bit of the cover art, the barcode, Doctor and trademarks over the BBC, and then now for the blurb. May you live in interesting times. The TARDIS crew have seen many different eras. When they arrived in China in 1865, they find banditry, rebellion and foreign oppression rife. Trying to maintain order are the British Empire and the 10 Tigers of Canton, the most respected martial arts masters in the world. There is more to the chaos than mere human violence and ambition. Can legends of ancient vengeance be coming true? Why does everyone Ian meets already know who he is? The Doctor has his suspicions, but he is occupied by challenges of his own. Soon the travellers must learn that sometimes the greatest danger is not from the enemy, but from the heart. In interesting times, love can be a weakness, hatred an illusion, order, chaos, and 10 tigers not enough. This adventure features the first Doctor, Ian, Barbara, and Vicky. Really good sounding blurb. I'm quite interested in that. And for the innards we have, for the innards we have Doctor The 11th Tiger, David A. McKenzie, BBC Books, as you can see down there. And then here you've got kind of various copyright guff and stuff, and this, and a little bit about who this book is dedicated to. And it says, if this book is dedicated to anybody, it should be to Gary and Linda Stratman, and to Derek Arundel and the rest of the folks in Yorkshire's GTA School of Taekwondo, or however you pronounce it. Beauty and anguish walking hand in hand, the downward slope to death, the dream of the red chamber, little quote right there. And then the actual start of the book, it's got like little cutaways and stuff, which is interesting. Maybe that's a Chinese chapter, I don't know. Oh, it's got like chapters and stuff as well. And they're even split up into like little parts as well, which is interesting. So I'll just find you an example. So you can see there, the book is split into like these little parts. With like within each chapter, so it's like a little sub-chapter in a way. So with 2 cutaways, and let's see here. 6 chapters, 6 main chapters, and 2 cutaways. It's 283 pages long. Then at the back we have notes, thanks, acknowledgements and other waffle. For page 285, then about the author, and then you've just got a blank page at the end there. So yeah, there's the 11th Tiger. I am so happy to get this Doctor Who book in my collection, and I probably will be reviewing this Doctor Who book soon, sometime soon, because I am very curious in actually reading it, and it just sounds like a really good kind of historical story. Sounds like it's going to tread similar ground to Marco Polo. I love Marco Polo, so I'm probably going to love this book. And I honestly don't think I've read any of David A. McKenzie's work before for Doctor Who books, so it's going to be an interesting read nonetheless. And I am just overall extremely curious in reading The 11th Tiger by David A. McKenzie. Finally concludes Underworld Update number 43, an absolutely gigantic, absolutely massive book showcase with some very rare Doctor Who books in here. The 11th Tiger and a signed copy of Spiral Scratch, which I can't believe still. But anyways, so like, fair, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed Underworld Updates number 43, Pitch Girl Black, Dematerializing.